Greetings, Shining Bulls and Shining Bears, and welcome to the 32nd episode of the Crypto Astrology Podcast. Please note that financial astrology, similar to technical analysis, is not 100%. I, Maya Raghavan, am not an influencer. I am not a financial advisor. Rather, I am a financial astrologer, using the planetary positions as data inputs in my analysis of the probable nature of price movements. I do not make your decisions for you. Your decisions are up to you. Shining Bull content is here to stimulate your own thought process as you make your own decisions relating to your own finances for yourself and by yourself. We are going to take a look at what this week holds for Bitcoin and Ether price. But first, please always feel welcome to check out the Shining Bull website, where I have all kinds of offerings for all suns. I have a trading signal service for day traders, a weekly forecast for both swing and day traders, and special predictive books. I especially recommend my Bitcoin by 2026 and Ethereum by 2026 books. This is an important time to understand what the coming years will bring for Bitcoin and Ether, and these books are valuable. By the way, I am working very hard on the 2024 books, which I hope to have out very soon for you all. Anyway, if nothing is within your price range, then just follow me on Twitter, and even better, follow me on Farcaster or friend.tech, which I really recommend you follow me on if possible, and get notifications for this podcast on YouTube as I give out a lot of free info here. Now let's look at this week in Bitcoin and Ether price. I, the astrologer, live in Newfoundland, but I give the weekly predictions that I make on this podcast as per UTC time. Before getting into the day-to-day, I want to tell you that because Mercury's retrograde movement initiated a climb on Wednesday as per my prediction, I now predict that indeed the current general trend is bullish, which is in line with my predictions up to this point. This week, both the exact trine of Mercury and Jupiter on Monday and Mercury's and Sun's mutual passing on Friday both look like a strong bullish catalysts, and they will likely be news driven. And because I'm bullish on the week as a whole, I'm depositing into the bullish structural savings on Fairdesk Exchange. You can do this with me if you want by signing up to Fairdesk with my affiliate link in the description section, which will give you, by the way, a huge trading bonus and automatic VIP trading account upgrade. It's quite nice if you're a trader, but even if not, you can do this, which is fun. So basically what this is if Bitcoin price closes within the listed settlement price between, for this week, they settle, I guess, at the end of this week. Looks like Sunday at the very beginning of Sunday. So if it settles between 46,900 and 52,700, I earn interest on my deposit between, and depending on where in this range settles, I would get between 5% to over 18% on my deposit. Now, I'm not sure if Bitcoin will pass 46,900 this week, but I am definitely bullish due to these two transits of Mercury, who trines Jupiter and later passes Sun. So let's see. And if you're interested in joining me on Fairdesk, then just check out the description section below. So now let's get into the day-to-day predictions. Sunday, December 17th, UTC. Early morning, still before sunrise, increased volatility leads to an upward movement when Moon joins Ketu in Virgo in the Navamsha. In the afternoon, the beginning of a more dedicated upward movement occurs when Moon enters the Scorpio Pada of Dhanishta. Sunday night, I predict a drop when Moon enters Shatabisha, joining Saturn in Sagittarius in the Navamsha. Late night, a climb is likely to initiate when Moon reaches Saturn. Monday, December 18th, UTC. In the afternoon, a climb initiates when Vakri Mercury reaches an exact trine to Vakri Jupiter. In the evening, Monday UTC, an upward movement begins when Moon enters into a trine to Venus. Monday night UTC, a new and more forceful upward movement initiates when Moon enters into a Kendra to Mars. Tuesday, December 19th, UTC. Very early morning, a less volatile upward movement starts when Moon reaches an exact Kendra to Mars. Tuesday morning, UTC, a price reversal is likely when Moon enters Gemini in the Navamsha. Midday, an upward movement initiates when Moon enters Pisces. Tuesday evening UTC, a price reversal initiates, I'm predicting a drop, when Moon reaches an exact Kendra to the Sun. Wednesday, December 20th, UTC. Very early morning, a surprising price climb initiates when Moon joins Ketu in Virgo in the Navamsha. Early morning, still before sunrise, a drop initiates when Moon enters the Libra Pada of Uttra Bhadrapada. Midday, I predict a climb when Moon enters Scorpio in the Navamsha. Thursday, December 21st, UTC. Early morning, still before sunrise, a climb begins when Moon joins Mars in Aquarius in the Navamsha. Thursday morning, around breakfast time UTC, a drop begins when Moon reaches an exact trine to Mars. Mid-morning, I predict a consolidation starting when Moon enters Pisces in the D9. Thursday afternoon, I see a climb initiating, which begins in a choppy way when Moon enters Aries, but which becomes much more steady Thursday night UTC. Friday, December 22nd, UTC. Just after midnight, a drop initiates when Moon enters into a trine to Vakri Mercury. But just a few hours later, still early morning, still before sunrise, a climb initiates when Moon reaches an exact trine to the Sun. We then alternate, because this day, so we then alternate between down and up moves, all of which will be believable until shortly before breakfast, when a longer up move initiates when Moon starts transiting with Vakri Jupiter. In the evening, an important and surprising upward movement suddenly initiates when Sun and Vakri Mercury reach one another in Sagittarius. Saturday, December 23rd. Very early morning, an upward movement begins when Moon enters the Libra Pada of Bharini. And basically for the rest of the day on Saturday, I see us climbing, especially due to Moon's relationship with Venus in the sky. Please read the disclaimer in the details section of this video below. That was a weekly forecast for this week ahead in Bitcoin and Ether price. Remember to check out ShiningBull.com for real-time trading signals, weekly forecasts with price points. Actually, my trading signals service now, I'm trying to start experimenting, adding to it, because I really want to make it better. So I'm just slowly adding like little beta things. So right now I'm sending my traders like, so the signals are real time, but now I'm also sending a PDF for the day just shortly before that day begins, so that you can see how the day lines up, like my time frames for the day. So that's the trading signals. And I have the weekly forecasts that have the price points and the important bullish bearish time frames for the whole week. And then of course I have my predictive books that show you how the astrology will define the larger price cycles. And now is likely a great time to get my Bitcoin by 2026 and Ethereum by 2026 books if you don't already have them, as well as the Cosmic Guide to Ethereum Layer 2 Solutions, which covers Arbitrum. Interestingly, Arbitrum was just in news, so you might be interested to read my book because you might find that interesting in light of Anyway, and then it also covers Optimism, Matic, Polygon or Polygon Matic, Starknet, and ZK Sync. And the book, Bitcoin Countries, for those of you who hold Bitcoin. Could be very, very interesting to read that book. Also, if you're a Forex trader. So next, let's talk about some news items from the past week. So today I'm revisiting this year's ongoing Ledger hardware wallet drama with new developments. In episode 2 of this podcast, which was titled Unfolding Ledger Wallet Drama Episode 2, I discussed Ledger's Ledger Recover service, which back in mid-May, when they debuted it, caused a lot of questions about whether Ledger's processes could allow external access to private seed phrases via firmware updates. And at that time, in mid-May, there was a lot of concern about this, but that concern had seemed to subside when Mercury, who had been retrograding towards Rahu in Aries when all of this came out at the time, turned direct before having reached Rahu. But this past week, on Thursday morning, a major security breach was discovered in Ledger's connector kit, which a lot of decentralized applications such as wallets or even security services which interface with our DeFi wallets utilize. About $500,000 in crypto were drained. They were drained from various individuals as a result. And this understandably, so basically Ledger makes hardware wallets, but they have a, I don't know what the correct term is, but it's like, it's something that dApps use in their code, I suppose, in order to operate, they use this connector kit of Ledgers, this many lines of code. And so basically that's like a product of Ledger, or that's something that Ledger makes. But a huge, maybe a majority of our dApps, like wallets, use that. And so that was hacked into, and that hacker hacking into those lines of code was able to drain wallets. Okay, all kinds of wallets like that were on people's desktops. So not Ledger, but other wallets. So this was very surprising. And obviously this led to a flurry of panic on crypto Twitter. And this incident happened the morning after Mercury had turned retrograde. Mercury turned retrograde on Wednesday to start transiting back towards an oncoming trine, which will happen this week, to retrograding Jupiter in Aries. Remember that Aries is where Mercury transited in May, when the May Ledger-related drama happened. And this means that past actions and design choices in our industry, particularly concerning security, must be reevaluated and improved. And so Ledger themselves, they responded very quickly to the breach, and I believe within an hour the compromised code was eliminated. But it's important that between now and the end of December, new solutions are found. This is because, as I predicted in episode 2, the astrology at the end of December with Jupiter turning direct supports new solutions so that our wallets are safer and less likely to be compromised. So basically that is like the cutoff point. Jupiter turning direct is like a cutoff point. And before that happens, or as that happens, at the end of December, ledger needs to come forth with like really needs to step it up before then, and needs to come out with new solutions by the end of December when Jupiter turns direct. And at the same time, all developers of wallets or applications that interface with wallets also need to think of new solutions, because we don't actually have much time, astrologically speaking. All of this needs to happen by the end of December. It's very important. So you can check that episode 2 where I talked about this and I foretold the things I'm talking about right now. And I hope that it all gets better and we can all feel safer after an honest evaluation of what exactly we're doing regarding the safety of our wallets. And I will see you next week. Thank you.